And we're back. Independence Day fishing. Happy 250th birthday anniversary. America, United States of America. Part 2. So far, we've had a bite, which is nice. It's a great time early in the morning like this. During the daytime, this park fills up with lots of different people and it's very busy. But this time, there's nobody else here except me, which is very nice. I've got my rod between my legs and I'll feel every movement if anything happens. If you'll excuse the phraseology. I'd like to go to America again one day. I've only been there once, to Florida, and I enjoyed that. I'd like to see much more of it, really. It's the thing about getting older, you feel like a bit more time urgency in a sense about doing these things that you promise yourself you're going to do. How about a Guinness? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'll drink a Guinness to the American independence 250th birthday. Cheers. Here's to you. And here's to dear old Blighty. Aye, aye. Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Not at times like this. Take me back to dear old Blighty. Ah. Oh, that's got one. Good. Cast quite a long way, but the rod length isn't very good for. Oh, for just a couple more inches on this rod light. That much. So Jibby, just so I can get midstream with it without it drifting back in. But anyway, then you lose the convenience of putting it into a ordinary carrier bag when it's folded up. Well, you wouldn't actually, not with a couple more inches of length. Probably still be fine. There you go. I'd rather go fishing than out on some dates, 'cause when you go fishing, you're never late, you just wait there patiently, down by the river, down by the stream, or at the Great Lakes. Who knows where I've been, 'cause I'd rather go fishing. Oh, brutal. That's a big fish. That definitely came up for a fly, so it's probably a trout, I would imagine. That was definitely a sight predator. He went jump. I'm subsurface here, only slightly, but I think I need to actively, yeah. I guess what he's trying to tell me is upwards is the way. Onwards and upwards. I'll take my marker off of you there. Put a bit of fresh bait on. Fresh bait. Fresh bait, and then you sit and you wait. Well, yeah. That's the idea, anyway. I started doing this when I was a small boy, because I lived right near. I grew up near a lake, anyway. So, you know, been doing it rather a long time, I suppose. On and off. I went through stages of like, oh, you know, fishing and then not fishing and various. You know what it's like. Sometimes just don't get time and things go on without you, but the river is a constant, isn't it, really? It's a bit like ethics models, you know. You put one in a box once you've done half of it, come back 30 years later and finish it off. Done that already. Quite interesting to do that. Ah, it ticks me back. That's a good shot. Up, said the big fishy, up there. Where did he rise? About there. What's for breakfast? Yeah, I know. I tend to think about food quite often as well. I know. Bread, coffee and Guinness at the moment. Yeah, I saw someone actually like catch a Wellington boot once out out of the lake. I thought they had a massive fish on, and so did they. Only to discover when he reeled it in, this chap, you know, a proper rubber welly boot on the end. So the fish had hooked him up with a Wellington boot and said, "There you go, you can have this." I said to him, "Did you do that on purpose?" He went, "No, I had a fish on." I was like, "Oh my God." We both laughed. Yeah, it was funny. Do you know how heavy it was? Like, you know, he thought he had a massive fish on. It was a great big green Wellington boot where it was all muddy and, you know, I don't know how long it had been in there. Years, probably. Great big muddy Wellington boot. Yeah, very funny. That's a fisherman's story as well. Yeah, I know. There was another time I used to walk over to the lake. It's about, from here it's about 10 miles, something like that. Anyway, I used to walk over there and I used to get there at the same time each morning. And it was quite early. I used to set out at this sort of time, 4 or 5 o'clock. And I used to get there just in time for the same fisherman to borrow my camera to photograph the fish that he caught about 5 minutes ago while he'd been night fishing. Yeah, incredible. What's the time on this video? Let's have a quick look. Sorry, I moved the camera slightly. What's that say? 12 minutes, 17 minutes. Oh, that's all right. A bit longer. Well, I'll read then. Don't want any added weight. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good shot. Just shy of those reeds. That's great. Oh, you're bigger. No. Yeah, I've got quite a few stories from my days and nights fishing. Night fishing is very good as well. It's different, obviously, to day fishing. But that's nice to do. Need slightly different things for night fishing, obviously. I haven't been night fishing for ages. Last time I went night fishing, I went on my bicycle and put a load of all my gear on my bicycle and cycled. Because it was like I wanted to go to a specific lake where I could put up a little bivvy. So I went there and put my bivvy up and spent a night there. It was good. Didn't catch anything much. I think I got... No, I didn't. I don't think I caught anything. But it was good. It was. Enjoyed that. You know when you feel truly free and at oneness with nature? That was the feeling, you know. It's lovely. What today is going to bring to us. May today bring you health and happiness. They're the two most important things in life. I think so. I would say wealth, but it's not as important as health and happiness. You're not interested, are you? Jesus and the Lord Jesus has said, no, we're not interested in being caught, Steve. I don't know, I'll give it 5 more minutes. The wind in the willows, you're the air. It's a nice sound. Dance, 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 dance to the rocky bowl. Dance, 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 dance to the rocky bowl. What you gonna do when it going gets rough? What you gonna do when it going gets tough? Stay in the same place, stick the same line. Yeah, we're gonna dance to the rocky pole. We'll dance to the rhythm of the river, plunging on and flow to the radio. Long distance on the line to the radio. Dance, 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 dance to the radio. 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 What you gonna do when the going gets rough? What you gonna do when the line is all tough? What you gonna do when you're all hooked up? What you gonna do when the going gets rough? to the radio. Dance, 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 dance to the radio. Yeah, we're gonna dance, 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 dance to the radio. Right, last cast. I bet it's half an hour. 25 minutes. Right, 5 more minutes, that's all. I'm not going over the half an hour, otherwise my fellow YouTubers will be bored out of their minds, probably. Unless you're interested in fishing, and you'll still be bored. I don't know. Don't think so, probably not. Anyway, half an hour is like a bit quite lengthy, really, isn't it? It's one of my videos. I'm like 5 minutes and I'm there, mate. You know. To the radio. That's a good spot. Last cast of the video. Dance, 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 dance to the Ratapole. What you gonna do when the going gets tough? What you gonna do when the going flies love? Well, I'm at the same place and the time. Long distance on the line to the radio. They're not the words to that song. Yeah, it's Joy Division Transmission, isn't it, that song? Yeah. It's excellent, that is. What a tight little band. They're fantastic, weren't they? They're only young as well. Amazing. Really good. Oh, yeah. It's too terrible music show. I know. For my next project, I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to design an England football shirt. I'm going to draw out the design on a bit of paper and colour it in. Yeah, I am. Here come the ducks. Want some bread? Quack, quack. Ducks are coming. Ducks are coming. Yeah, let's just stir things up a bit. Quack. 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 Want some bread? There you go. We're not in the mood. Is it like that, is it? Family conference. Is it that? Plunge the rod down. What's that, Steve? Oh, okay. Ducks never lie, do you? No. Keep my rod down now. Here's some bread as reward for the thanks for the tip. Right. Oh, I can't throw it far enough. There you go. Oh, I frightened them now. Oh dear, never mind. Oh, I'm going on their nest. Oh, okay, anyway. Thanks for the tip anyway. So it's rod tip down, is it? Yeah. Got it. Oh, I think that's where we're going to have to cut. So, no fish, but it was enjoyable, wasn't it? And cut.